Check. There we go. Can you guys speak now? Right, I still can't hear you there, so I'm nearly there. I am nearly there. Default. Oh, I know why. Just doing set. Just can you speak just to make sure I can hear you?
Hello.
No, still not that one. What it is, I did a Windows update and it resets the bloody things and it's a headache. So just keep speaking if you can.
Are we?
There we are. I think we're live. I think that is that sorted.
Are we live
We are
and loud?
live and loud. But yeah, this is what happens, folks, when you do a Windows update and it resets all your speaker settings, and absolute pain in the backside. So welcome to the Mackem Cabbie, Davey, Richie and Kev show. Thanks everybody for tuning in on this Wembley special, and we've got a special guest, a surprise guest to come on later on. But first of all, we've got an announcement to make from Kev regarding this GoFundMe setup. So Kev, do you want to fire it away, mate?
Yeah. So obviously on Monday I told everyone the news about my dad. And since then we kind of knew this at the time I spoke to everyone on Monday, but the hospital had gave me dad one option, which was chemotherapy. And the chemotherapy wasn't going to cure anything. It was going to just prolong things really. But it was going to make him really unwell. But soon as me and my sister found out weeks ago what was wrong, we set off and done our own research. My sister's a nurse. She's got access to some doctors and things like that who no longer work for the NHS, and maybe when I tell you why in a minute, but you might understand. So we set off and researched our own kind of treatments, and we seen that there was real life cases and real evidence of drugs that called bembendazole and ivermectin amongst some supplements can work. They can work, whereas the hospital were giving us no hope, basically. So we started my dad on those about 4 weeks ago, and there has been days of improvement with my dad. My dad's sort of speaking and sort of vocabulary has been a bit all over the place because of his condition. So some days he's really well, and he's doing really good. So we feel like these are having an positive effect on the situation, on his condition. However, when we went back to James Cook Hospital, which is the specialist hospital for what my dad has, they basically said, if you don't have the chemotherapy that we're offering you, we won't help you at all. So they won't do any scans to see if what we're doing is working. And basically, by him having the chemotherapy, there's a good chance that he'll just be laid up in bed. No one will be able to visit him, so I'll not be able to visit him. None of his family can visit him because he's susceptible to infections then. So for us, that wasn't a route that we wanted to go down. When really that route was only going to lead us to nothing really. So we took the route of hope. There is hope in this other way, but I think NHS do great things. However, when it comes to things like this, it's really, really, really angered me that because we won't take their drugs, they don't want to know anything. They not help us at all. So they won't even monitor me dad, nothing. It's just see you later, draw. So we've had to then seek private care, private scans, private consultations with oncologists. And those things, unfortunately, cost a lot of money. So we're not people who like to ask for anything, but we're at the same time, we're not a family that gives up either. So we've set up a GoFundMe page, and we only set it up at 9-10 o'clock this morning. My sister set that up, and what time is it now? Obviously 8:20. We've got over £1,000 in there. Our target's only £2,000 to get things rolling. We want to get a scan done for my dad, so we've got now So we've got a baseline to work from now, and then we'll get them scanned hopefully every month, so that we can see what's making progress, and if we need to alter the medication this way or that way to try and improve things, so we can monitor him and hopefully see that he's going to get better. So we've set a GoFundMe page up. I think Cabbie's going to share the link.
Yeah. I'm going to put the link in the chat as well. Kev, if when you reach your total, because I know for a fact you will easily, can nobody then donate until you raise the total goal again?
Yeah. So how I think GoFundMe works, once you hit the target, the GoFundMe automatically increases the target. I think. I don't think it's something that we alter, but what we've literally just been talking about it there with my mum before I come on here was, once we've got enough that we feel that's going to support me dad and what we're doing, what I would like to do going forward as well, if we're going to let's say we did raise a lot of money, there is going to be lots of other people out there in exactly the same situation as us. However, these other people may not know how to do GoFundMes. They might not have social media.
Yeah.
They might be scared to go down a route of alternative medications. I would like to have a pot of money there for people to come to us that we can then help them go private, help them with the cost of these other drugs that we've got that on. That's what I would like to do once we've sort of sorted me that. That's what I would like to do, is kind of offer it out there for people who want to try and do what we're doing, basically, because you get no help from the hospital unless you put on chemotherapy and radiotherapy is the top and bottom of it. And radiotherapy and chemotherapy, in my dad's case, would not solve the problem.
Yeah, and it's a pretty bad state of affairs, isn't it? In the year 2025, and that's just the way the defeatist attitude to treat you. It's like nothing you can do. See you later. Kev, I get a lot of patients. I pick up my taxi, going to these cancer centres and stuff that refuse chemotherapy, just for the same reason that you've just mentioned. That the fact, I'm feeling fine. I don't want chemo to make us feel worse, and they also go down other routes. And it's about time, I think, the government, really addressed it. And you keep seeing these cancer charities and this and that and the other together will cure and fight cancer. Then it needs to be brought to attention, to be honest with you, because the NHS doesn't seem to be bothered, do they, by what you're telling me, Kev? It's pretty bad, that.
Well, unfortunately, I'm of the opinion that anything medical now is usually less to do with actually trying to help people, and it's got more to do with money. So the fact that we're not going to take their chemotherapy, which means the hospital can't make any money from me dad, let's put it bluntly, so therefore they don't want that to do. You go to the doctors now, all they do is just give you tablets. Someone goes for depression, tablets. Someone goes for some pain, tablets. There's loads of other things, loads of other ways, natural ways, and and I just think it's just become a big money machine, and big pharmaceutical companies have so much power in the world now. You've said there the government need to get a handle on it. Unfortunately, I think the government's part of the problem. They're in, it's really, really annoying and frustrating. I don't think, years gone by, the NHS, I believed, was there to genuinely help people no matter what. Now I don't think it's like that. It's just, what can we give them? What can we make from these people? If we can't, then see you later.
Absolutely well said. Well, I've just put the link up again. I will keep putting the link in the chat, which I have done now. Folks, so like I said, just click on there, have a look. Just another thing. Is it easy to make a donation, Kev? What if people don't know? Is it easy to do it?
It is. When you click on the link, you go to the GoFundMe page, and it's not about donations. Obviously we've set it up to get donations, but just giving it a like or giving it a share on your social media, any social media platform, that helps in itself. So, I understand not everyone can donate, but if everyone can share it, that'll be a huge, huge help for us. Just to, one, raise awareness for my dad, but two, to raise awareness for how people find themselves in this situation and cast aside by hospitals. Yeah. As you can tell, I'm quite mad about this, and I'm biting my tongue a little bit.
I could tell by your message what you sent me
Rightly
before.
so. Mm-hmm.
What were you saying there, Rich? What were you saying, Rich? Sorry, mate.
I'm just saying, I just said rightly so. It's I totally agree with you. My mum's worked in the NHS all my life, and she's been through like all the struggles, and even she says exactly the same thing. That without going into too much detail, and I don't want to bring any sort of specific topics up, but it's just how much money they can save. It's like getting a lot of like overseas workers now as well in the NHS as well. My mum's been training them up as well. Um, and she says it's just a lot different from when she first started to how it is now. But Kev, honourable thing, mate. What an honourable thing to like help other people as well. And honestly, I just like I said to you last time, I just hope we can get Davey sorted. You know what I mean? Get him back on his feet. But mate, hats off to you and your family, you and your sister. Absolutely brilliant what you're doing, mate. And don't let anybody tell you any otherwise, mate. Honestly.
It's going to be a big battle, but my God, we're going to do it. We're going to do it.
Well, you won't get a bigger fighter than Davey, will you? And Davey's family, so you know what I mean. Well, cheers for clearing all that up, and like I say, every now and again I will be putting the link up on the chat. And now I'm talking about it, I'll just do it again. And if anybody on the chat wants to do the same, just copy that link and just post it if you've got your Facebook or whatever like that. Write it on the side of your car, out with it, and I will get onto the chat later on. There's that many messages flying in. So yeah, that's the GoFundMe link up then on the chat and stuff. I think it's in the description as well. Right then, so we've now got a matter of fact that there's a certain game on tomorrow. Lads, how are you feeling?
Go on, Richie, you go first.
No, it's just been play. You go. No, Kev, go on, bro.
I'm feeling super, super confident. So I'm obviously, like all of us in this chat, all Sunderland fans all over the country, the world, when you're leading up to a game like this, you're kind of playing scenarios over in your head, and and you kind of picture what could happen and how you would feel. And I have never once since Ballard scored that header have I felt or visualised anything other than a Sunderland win tomorrow. I am super, super confident.
There, yeah. Sorry, I've just
like Kev.
I've pinned the message. Sorry, I've pinned the message. Yeah, thank you. Ashton's just said you're not able to pin link in comments, but yeah, I've now pinned the link in the comments. So it's at the top of the page. So if you want to see where the link is, just go to the pinned comments at the top, and it will be always there through this live. So Richie, what were you saying? Are you nervous? Kev's absolutely massively confident.
Oh, I feel the same as Kev. I think, like I said to you at the start of the playoffs, Cabbie, I still believe what I said is. I just think it's our time, and why not? You know what I mean? There's nothing to fear. Can't play Sheffield United. You know what I mean? I think, if anything, to be honest, we've got a better team. And I'm not just saying that. I genuinely think we've got a better team than what they have. And coming off a high, as much as we have played against Coventry, going into this game, the morale's going to be buzzing. And I think every single one of them lads is going to be up for it tomorrow.
It's going to be. Would you say this is going to be a harder test than Coventry? Because Coventry intend to raise the game against Sunderland, don't they? All the time.
I really don't feel that way. So I was more, even though I still thought we'd beat Coventry, I was still more dubious about the Coventry game than I am Sheffield United. I wanted Sheffield United in the final. I wanted that team in the final. Yeah, man, I cannot wait, man. I'm going to be celebrating. We're celebrating tomorrow. Come back. How could that?
Oh my God! So I don't even think about it. It's like I'm sort of sitting on the fence, like I say at the minute. It's like 'cause I know, potentially how good Sheffield United are, and as your father Dave, you'll always say I'm a bit of a glass half empty when it comes to sort of this and that, and I don't know about what you lot, but I've just had it on total loop all day. What could happen? I'm thinking, like, will it be celebrating? Could suddenly be 4-0 down at half time? Could we get absolutely tanked? Wouldn't it be great if we were 3-0 up? And I was trying to think in my mind how I would be feeling if we were 4-0 down at half time, or if we were 4-0 up at half time. I've thought, like, it's penalties, and these are those going to take the last one. It's just going on and on and on. Do you know what I mean? And I've just had to say whatever happens tomorrow, it'll be a great day. Either result, if we win or we lose or don't make it, it's been a great season. And whatever happens, you got to be proud of the lads. And if we didn't get promoted, we didn't do it, I'll be straight away, the minute that full-time whistle's blown, I'll be straight away focusing on the new season, next season. And I still say we should go for top 2 if we're not successful against Sheffield United. But you guys, I'm just going to...
Top 1, not top 2. If we don't go top
1. I'm going to catch up on some of the on the chat here, if you guys don't mind. Tricia says, a song for Richie, you can leave your hat on. David Green, the member, says, how Colin Rowlands, hello lad, you can hear now. Hello to Ashton. Hello Dougie Stewart. Richie's camera's sorted now. David Walker, hi Cabbie, Richie Kev. It's the buggered my phone up doing the update, says Trisha at Can Do. John Nesbitt says, come on Davey, get well soon mate, you can do it. D Hall says, I've heard about that ivermectin. Paul Stratton, the Coventry fan, he says, hi Cabbie and chaps, he says, very good luck and best wishes tomorrow. Hope you go and get the job done. Nothing to fear if your big players turn up. And that's coming from a Coventry fan who's often in this chat. And that's really good of him because, we knocked them out the playoffs and he's still coming in the chat and saying good luck. So hats off to you. Tricia Winstanley says, please like and subscribe. Thank you. And Tricia is the moderator on here. Dougie Stewart says, it's not a disgrace. They should offer these things on the NHS. Tricia says, Kevin Ware, that's brilliant. Veronica Wilson says, I will donate for your dad, mate. Didn't know. She says, I don't know you. Just a fan of the SAFC and, of course, this channel. Paul Trattles, hello, good to see you. Says, good luck, Sunderland. Do it for the North East. From Paul the Smoggy. The Packer Andrew, good to see you, mate. Says, your dad's a legend. Tricia says, Dougie Stewart, I've said the same thing. It's a disgrace. The NHS won't pay. D Hall says, I think Kev's doing the right thing. Veronica also says NHS is a disgrace. Dougie says, will help in what little way I can. Even if it's 10 pence, whatever, it's all matters, mate. Honestly, there's no rule what you've got to put in, whatever. And Kev says, even if you can just share the link, that's also going to massively help. Veronica says, FDM, keep the faith, win tomorrow for Davey and Brad. Tricia says, I lost my eldest brother and 2 best friends to the same reason. Peter Lisbeal says, evening lads, looking forward to the game tomorrow, up to Sunderland. Thanks for the link, Cabbie, says Veronica. Pixel Rich, good evening, Pixel, good to see you. He says, just got on lads, prepping for tomorrow. He says, Kev, your dad's a legend, my very best wishes from me. Dougie says, can you add £10 donation to the fund? I could afford that. Yes, you can add £10 to the donation, Dougie Stewart, that's not a problem. Adam Baster says, if Labrie wants us to win, he reckons Brown has to start. Ashton, my son's in the chat, he says, I'll be watching from Turkey. Good luck to the lads. David Green says, Munda will make a big difference if he starts. Ken Walton, member of the channel, says, great chat lads, keep believing. See all these messages, honest to God, it's crazy this. Dougie Stewart says, on We Philly stream on TikTok, the fans are doing the conga. Let's hope they're doing the conga tomorrow. John 73 says, good luck to Davey and how are the lads. Lex Cameron says, in the league, the records are the same. Seems like it's going to be Sheffield United attack, Sunderland AFC defending. I hope it isn't, mine, because I could not stand another game like Coventry. I want to see us going up the pitch. But yet again, would you complain if we defended for 90 minutes and we won 1 out? It's uncomfortable viewing, I know that, but it's not good for the anxiety. Stephen Clark says, evening lads, Trafalgar Square looks mint. Brian Craig says, me and our lass will be down the stack watching the lads bring it back. Evening, by the way. Michael Gooding says, good evening lads, and Sunderland to win tomorrow. Topsy T, who's this lad? He's class cabbie. Want to hear more about him? Topsy T, this is Kev. This is Davey's son, Big Davey's son. Don't they look alike? Absolutely. I think Davey's the better looking one though. Don't you agree? Colin Rowland says, win tomorrow, but going to be a hard game. Topsy T says, please let me know what charity it is, and I will try and get the lads on the ship to do a charity evening for Big Davey. Like, it's the Topsy T. The link is posted at the top, mate. If you want to just click on that, and all the information is on there. Martin David Palmer says 3-0 to Sunderland. Isidore Mienda Lafi. Big win tomorrow, 3-1 to the lads, says Topsy T. David Walker says Lafi in the middle will make the biggest difference if Mundell not fit enough. Put Isidore on the left. And I think that's just caught up. Wow. 63 people in the chat as well, which is great. Yeah, I mean, I've been that busy. Have you heard anything potentially? Is Mundell fit? Has any of you lads or anybody in the chat, have you heard how Mundell is? Because apparently he didn't train with Sunderland one session or something this week.
I haven't really seen much, to be fair. Like, I was having a look earlier on, but there wasn't really much mentioned about him. But personally, myself, in my opinion, Cabbie, I can't see him starting tomorrow. I still think it's going to be the same lineup as against Coventry. But I've heard a lot of fans as well screaming today that it's got to be a start for Mundell and it's got to be a start for Lafi in the middle. So I can see both sides, but I don't know whether he'll play him, to be fair. I really don't know whether I can see him starting, but I hope to be proved wrong.
Absolutely. Jeff Oleg says, hi, Cabbie. What is Davey's condition? He's been away, so he's not knowing what's going on. So, Kev, I don't know if you want to just tell Jeff briefly what's been going on.
Very briefly. Obviously, if you click on the GoFundMe link at the top, that'll explain everything as well. My sister's put a really, really good description on there of the situation. But at the start of April, my dad was diagnosed with brain cancer, tumor in the brain. Can't operate on it. It can only be tried and treated. So that's what we're trying to do.
There we go. Well put, Kev. And like I say, all the information is up there. Anybody who's new, wondering what's going on, just read. And there is a description because I've read it, and it's pretty. It tells you all about what's going on, what the plans to do. Patrick says, hello lads, last glass of wine before bed and up at 2:50 a.m. to travel down. Well, travel safely. Topsy T says, Big Davey deserves the best, mate. Sunderland legend. Topsy T says, our class man, good to see Davey's son and looking after his old man. And Michael Gooding says, hi Kev, I will be donating for your dad for sure. My best to you, mum and the family. John Nesbitt says, if we win tomorrow, talk is that Sunderland have massive backers for transfers. Has anybody heard that? Patrick says, I believe Mundell is fit and well and ready to go, off his Twitter. Packer Andrew says, Sunderland 4, Sheffield United 0. Well, is he smoking pipes? I don't know. I'll have some of that. Sorry to hear that, says Jeff. Absolutely no problem at all, mate. But thanks for all your support so far and asking how Davey is. Johnny Cool says, same team that finished in the semis would be my preference. Kingfisher, good to see you, mate. He says, time for the boys to become men. He says, how well, lads, keep the faith.
So I have a little theory about the Mundell thing. Mm-hmm. So I don't think anything's wrong with him. And Mundell's very much, I think, a player that Sheffield United would change how they played if he was playing or not. I think he's one of the people in our team that if he starts, Sheffield United would set up in a certain way. If he doesn't start, they'd have to set up in another way to either deal with him or not. So I think it's a tactic by the club or the team to keep Sheffield United in the dark about what they're doing, who's playing. Because if Mundell plays, you think Mundell plays, there's that also affects where Lafay will play, which then gives them another issue they've got to deal with as well as Mundell. And it'll also then mean maybe he's not two up front, and they'll not know which striker's going to play it from the start. So there's 3 people in 3 different positions. They'll not know actually what's going on just by seeing Mundell might not be fit. That's what I think. I hope Wilder's not watching this, by the way.
Yeah,
That's a good point, that, like.
It is, Richie. I mean, I'll keep them guessing. I mean, Mundell is such a big weapon for us. Like, it really is. Do you agree on that, Richie? Do you think that's what we possibly could be doing? It's
definitely, mate. He's, like Kev says, like, just thinking about it, obviously, because Lafay will cut in more, wouldn't he? So then, obviously, they're going to be able to push their wingers down that right-hand side a little bit further, obviously, with the full-back. But if we play Mundell, like what Kev's just said, they're going to have to set up a little bit differently, and they're not going to be able to push as much down that right-hand side. So, I've never really thought about it that way, like, mate. It's a good idea, like, but I hope he's fit enough, because he's like when we're biggest out there going forward, isn't he? He's like our main danger man going forward. So if he's fully fit for tomorrow, then that's great. Start him, in my opinion. But I think we just don't know what team he's going to start, do we?
Well,
it was like before. You know what I mean? Like Coventry, the way we're lined up, when I seen that 4-4-2 in Coventry, I was like, where's this come from? You know what I mean? But like, fair play.
I would like to see him start. If that's the case, I would like to see him start, because I really want us to go out and take it to Sheffield United. I want us to go out there and I want us to try and race into a 1-2 goal lead. That's kind of how I think we'll win the game. And I think that's how I think we'll, I do think we'll go ahead. I hope if we go 1-0 up, we don't then try and defend that. I hope we'll go 2-0 up and try and defend that. That I think that's what I'm hoping for. And Mundell starting would give us our best chance to do that.
Well, I've said how many times have I said this in other podcasts we've done? Son under a different side when Mundell's in. And whether he's come on as a sub, with a different side. That time when we came on against Preston, we were a different side. He scored that world beater. That time when he was off 7 or 8 weeks or so at the beginning of the season, we drew seven games or so on the bounce. And just a little example, came on second period of extra time against Coventry. There's just something he brings to the side that with a weapon. The whole team just seems to connect when Mundell's on. Whether it takes the pressure off other players and it gives, I don't know whether it makes it easier in the middle of the park for us, but when Mundell's on, he's such a big player, he's such a fast player, very similar to Jack Clark, but better, quicker and stronger, I would say. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. So, yeah, I'll take that. That it's a secret. Andrew Moore says, agree with Kev, it's no secret that Sheffield United are terrified of Mundell. Patrick Roberts says, sorry to hear about Davey, lads. He says, first time on here for a while. Peter Lisbriel says, all the best to Davey, hope all goes well. He says, I love and wishes from Guernsey. Dougie Stewart says, Mundell, Lafay, our best chances. Shout out to Davey, says Kingfisher. Patrick says, saw a post on Wilder talking about himself going to Wembley, and Regis was talking about the team going to Wembley. Made me feel very, very proud. I mean, when you think of it though, Sheffield United, they're still a bit of a Premier League team. They've been there a lot more recent than Sunderland have a few times at the Premier League. they've got the advantage. They've got the parachute payments. They've got the strength and depth. And he's Regis Debris' first season in charge of Sunderland with the youngest squad in the division. And we're going into battle in the playoff final. And that in itself is just a massive, massive achievement for what he's done. I was going to criticise him when we lost the first 5 games on the bounce leading up to the playoffs. But forgot about all that now. Because, I mean, when we lost that 5th game on the bounce, I was thinking forget Wembley. But here we are talking about it. And I just want to say as well, I've broke records on the channel. We had peaked at 75 people are in viewing the chat. So thanks very much for all your support as always. Where are we going? Darren Hawksby says, I live and work on Teesside. Just hope we do it tomorrow. Shut this lot up big style. Napoli could win the Italian Scudetto tonight. At the minute, they're 1-0 up. Obviously, they're playing. John Ned says there will be no extra time tomorrow. Sheffield, good, hard-working team. That's not enough. Is that right? There's no extra time tomorrow? I think there will.
Anything about that,
I think there will be extra
sure,
time.
There will be extra time.
I'm pretty sure
There will be.
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely extra time, unless they've just changed it recently. But I can't see them not being. Lex Cameron says, I'd normally save Mundle till defence weekend, but Sheffield United's defence had holes against Bristol, so Mundle might be better starting against Sheffield United. David Joblin says it's our time. David Graham says, by the way, imagine tomorrow's Wembley final going into penalties like 1998. Saying that, I don't think it will get to pens. I'm not even going to mention pens. I couldn't cope with that. Like, I couldn't. It was bad enough back in when we played Charlton. I still haven't got out of it. I'd rather, if we're going to get beat, I'd rather get beat fair and square by goals, like scored an open play, not penalty shootouts, because that's penalty shootout defeat is the worst feeling in the world because you're just so near. Do you know what I mean? A penalty shootout, you're just so near, and it's like, it's just awful. I've witnessed it with Sunderland so many times. England, no thanks. Andrew Moore says, Wilder's a horrid man. He has the look of that old fella you lived near when you were a kid, who'd burst your footy if it went into your garden. Juggy says United have to prove they're the better team. Janet says, all the best to Davey. I will be thinking of him. Davey makes me laugh. He's a lovely fella. He says, I hope Davey will be well soon. God bless him. Where can you buy the little Cabbie doll, says Tucky. That was artificial intelligently made. I don't think anybody would buy a Mackem Cabbie doll.
Was it Cabbie intelligence?
No, artificially thick. That's what it'll be. Anybody would want to buy a Mackem Cabbie doll. Crikey, maybe just put it on the on the mantelpiece to keep the burglars out or something.
I was just going to say that.
Johnny Cool says VAR will be used tomorrow. Yep, it will. Brian Craig says, I'm sick of hearing Sheffield United are favourites. I mean, honestly, Brian, I've heard it all the time on the radio today. He says, and maybe yes, they are, but they was no hotter favourite than Leeds in '73, and we all know what happened there. I think the only the reason why they're saying Sheffield United favourites aren't they because they've just come down from the Premier League. The league table doesn't lie. They're how many points ahead of Sunderland? 12 or something, and the third. And of course, thumping Bristol City 6-0, which is, to me, it means now, to be honest with you, because it's what happens on the day. And let's not forget, if Bristol City didn't get a player sent off, it would have been a different outcome. I'm telling you now, it would have been. Johnny Cool says, watch out 09, and I'm sure he will be on guard for his VAR. Paul Stratton, Coventry fan, says, you don't have to force it. He says, bide your time as they will run out of ideas. He says they've got no wing threat. He says, they're set up for you. He says, good luck. Tricia says, get some made, Cabbie. charge a reasonable amount and donate to Davey. The Cabbie dolls. Oh my God's sake. Would buy Davey and Kev and Richie $1 says Dougie.
No thanks. Sorry.
No chance. Not at all. John Nesbitt says, Brian, see you in the... You what, Kev?
You can make one of me if you want, as long as it's a big blow-up doll.
Oh, dear me. So... I've just been on seeing social media, and it's great to see all the pictures of the Sunderland fans. I've yet to see any Sheffield United fans down there. It's just all Sunderland like we always do.
I was talking about this before, how every single time we've beat Wembley, Sunderland take over Covent Gardens, they take over Trafalgar Square. I have never, ever seen any of the other team that we play in take over anywhere. Where are they? Where do they go? Do they just travel on a bus and go to the match and go home? Like, what happens to them? Where do they go?
I think what actually happens is the fact, like, it's just the allocated tickets that gone down, but the majority of them go down on the day. Us mad buggers, we're gone down the night before.
It's a weekend occasion when Sunderland get Wembley. It's Friday night, Saturday night, home on Sunday. Or Monday, I've even come on a Monday before.
And let's face it, I mean, how many thousands have gone down there without tickets just to get the atmosphere? There could be another 20,000 Sunderland fans, if not more, have just headed down there to get the atmosphere. Let's not forget that.
Loads of is on outside the ground in pubs, and we're going to watch the match down there. So there always is thousands of tickets.
It's kind of surreal, isn't it? I mean, it seems like years ago now, that Tuesday night when Dan Ballard put us to Wembley. It's a bit surreal that it's tomorrow.
I know, but I'm glad it is, because I'm sick of this anxiety. You know what I mean? I've had this anxiety for about a month now about you lads, but it's just I just want this anxiety to go away, and then tomorrow. By this time of night, it'll just be done. It'll be over with. We'll know where we'll be.
82 in the chat now. Man. You can't take it anymore. Hello to 82 in the chat. Don't forget, click. There's the donation. There's the GoFundMe page for Kev's, for Davey and his family. Pinned GoFundMe link at the top of the chat, and all the information's in there. What you need to know. Right then, we'll start there. Kev, what's your plans tomorrow? Talk us through what you're gonna do.
So, as some of you may know, or some in the chat may, or who's watching may not know, also I've been wanting to say for a little bit, there is 30 people watching, and there's only 8 likes on the channel for this program. So if everyone hits the like button as well, that also helps Cabbie's show. I'll do that. And another thing you can do, which also will help my dad's GoFundMe, is you can also share from YouTube onto your social media this show and tell people you're watching it, which will bring more people week on week. There's another thing I've thought of, to share the show on your social media and say, I'm watching this tonight, great show, give it a go. That'll help the channel, that'll help everyone become more involved in this community, because the community on this channel, it's only my second time on here, but I love reading all the chat, I love all the positivity, I love everything about it. So that's the first thing I'm going to say. However, tomorrow, so we've got Sunderland Football Club reached out. Some of you may not know, and they've arranged a special date for my dad. So I'll be driving down. I'll be getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning to set off for 4. We'll be driving down there. We are allowed in from 12. So from 12 o'clock onwards, we'll be in the hospitality part. We've got buffet and food and drinks all on the club. And then we've got nice, comfy hospitality seats for my dad. And then we'll be, after the match, we'll be hospitality again. But in the meantime, sort of Gary Bennett and Nick Barnes and all like so that's going to come and see me dad before the match. So we'll see who we bump into. I will be vlogging the full day, and my plan is to vlog it from us leaving the house with my dad and travelling down there and being at Wembley and then the match and after the match. So I'm hopefully going to then put a nice video together that we can share on the channel so you can all see my dad enjoying his day as well. And obviously he's going to give a lot of insights and talking about the match and things like that. So you can all see what all of yous have helped make happen is ultimately what I'm going to say, you know.
And what a video that'll be if we win.
Mint.
Ho, 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 ho.
Oh, mint. I'll be looking forward to that, Kev.
Richie, what's your plans? I know you were going to go and watch it somewhere, but that changed, didn't it?
I am with you tomorrow, Cabbie. So I was going to go up to Seaburn with one of my mates, but he's had to do overtime now, so he doesn't finish work until 2 o'clock. I just didn't say the point and gone out at like that time. Like, so to be honest, I'm quite glad in a way. Like, to be fair, like, because I don't really drink in anyway. So, but that's what I was going to do tomorrow. Is just try to get amongst it. You know what I mean? But I'd much rather do the live stream with you, Cabbie. So as long as there's no spoilers, mind, I'll get the spoiler police on you.
Oh man, I know.
I know Cabbie sort of mentioned at the start that there'd be a special guest on. I've just had a text message there, Cab. So can you add him? Can you add him in?
All right, let's have a look at this then. Just 2 seconds, and let's get this sorted. Hold on a second. Right, bear with me 2 ticks. I'll just do a bit of tinkering here.
Davey.
Hold on a second. Right, bear with me. Let me just right, bear with us a second, lads and lasses. I'm gonna put you onto the main screen. Just doing a bit of jiggery pokery here. God. Right, there we go. Just bear with us, we're nearly there. Yeah, just keep speaking, lads. You're all right. I'm doing a bit of editing. Find out who this mystery guest is.
I'm ready for the match tomorrow. I will up for it, Richie.
Why we are, Davey. And do you know what? You were spot on as well. What you said before them games. I still done me nut though.
He said he was spot on what you said before the games. Yeah, I told you so.
Right, tell you what happened. I says everything will be fine. Everything will be fine.
Hey mate, it's great to see you, man. I've missed you.
Missed the show.
Aye, good to see you, Davey. I tell you what, you do. You look fantastic, mate. Honestly, you do. You look fantastic.
Yeah, you do.
I'm gonna fucking fail it. I do, yeah. I mean, if it wasn't coming family, I don't know how I would cope, like, but every one of them have been absolutely out of this world.
Aye.
Everybody.
What's more important than Sunderland winning tomorrow is seeing you, Davey, tonight. Seriously, it's mental, mate. Whatever happens tomorrow, seeing you on the show tonight, mate, and you want to see the messages that's been flooding in, and
unbelievable. The money that's put in, and people ringing things in. I can't believe it. Can't believe it. Even Gary Bennett and all them.
So so obviously Cabbie played a big part in getting
Wembley. Yes, I know.
And Nick Barnes and Gary Bennett and all the people on Total Sport.
Yeah,
all played their part, and then obviously the football club itself. So
yeah,
super massively grateful for being able to go down.
Nick Barnes is Nick Barnes is a legend. Like he's got time for everybody, that fella. And
serious man, he's been brilliant, hasn't he?
I know. Davey, how are you feeling for tomorrow?
Can't wait. I can't wait the match tomorrow. I cannot wait. Can't wait.
Oh wow, nice hospitality. There's apparently there's a bar for you, snacks, sandwiches, and this and all that. The other.
We'll be in there early doors, and then we're gonna cherish the day.
Cherish the day. Fantastic, and it's what's your feelings, Davey, for tomorrow? Then what do you reckon? I mean, you're always positive. What do you reckon, mate?
Well, obviously it's going to be a tight game. It's got to be tight. but I think we'll do it because I think we're a better team. Like, it's as simple as that. We are a better side than them, and I think we'll take them. I think we'll take them. Like, I think we'll be stronger. And I never thought I would think that, But at the minute, I think we're stronger, and I'm really, really confident. And the best of luck, lads. All yous have a good week, have a weekend, and just hope for the best. And that's all you can help in life, innit? Hope for the best. Give our lot, and at the end of the day, you walk away with your head held high. And that's what'll happen, because we will do it. Let's believe it. Okay, boys.
Davey,
We'll do it.
Davey, how did you react when Dan Ballard scored that last minute goal? When that corner was getting awarded for Sunderland, did you have an inkling in that he's going to bury this? It's going to be a goal here.
Yeah, no idea. Just one of them things. I mean, the fair mother diff trifle, a great thing when he let the goal. That was massive because he just boom in there. But like you say, Ballard was tremendous. Like, he's been like this sort of the last half a dozen games, isn't he?
He's man of the match away. Man of the match away.
Yes, tremendous.
Ballard has probably done 40% of the work of the team to get us to Wembley, I believe, over them 2 games.
Yes.
That corner, what Lefay did was just an amazing. It was, and we've been seeing.
It's tremendous how he puts it in.
Oh, it was I. And I don't know if you've seen the video I put, but did you notice the Sunderland ball boy Davey had a very important role to play?
He was. Tremendous.
When he did that little 1-2, because he was so quick, and then he had to run back and get the other ball from rolling onto the pitch. Because if that ball had rolled onto the pitch, the referee would have stopped the play, And when he did that little 1-2, he gave a little fist pump to say, "Go on, lads, you do it." And at full time, Patrick Roberts ran over to him. Patrick Roberts didn't bother with the celebrations with the players. He ran straight to that ball boy, picked him up and gave him a hug. I've never seen the stadium like that, Davey. Never seen it like that. Gonna read some messages here. Dougie Stewart says, "Made my night scene, Davey." David Walker says, "We are all with you, Davey." Colin Major's in the house. Hello, Colin. He says, "We're all with you, Davey." Tricia says, "If love can get you through, Davey, you will get back to the Davey we all love." Pixel Rich says, "Get in." He says, "Davey looking great." He says, "All the best." Janet says, "We're all with you, Davey." Forget about anybody else. It's all Davey. Wow, look at this, man. We love you.
I'll do it.
Aye.
You'll be on again.
Oh, definitely. Well, I'm on Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Next month, so again, try and watch out for us.
So all being well, the plan for us is to go to the studios on Wednesday, and be on, I think, 7 till 8. I think it is, isn't it? The last hour.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll be out in the NHS again on there.
Yeah.
Just so yeah. But it's all been well. We'll be on. We'll get me dad over to the studios on Wednesday.
No problem, boys. Let's resort to what day and get our business done tomorrow.
Oh, will do.
This is the time. This is our time. Cabbie, it's our time.
It's our. Look at that. We've got a bit of positivity from Davey.
Hey, Davey. I heard a little rumour earlier on that Patrick Roberts might not start tomorrow, and Paveda might be starting since he's back in training. I had to get that in, mate. I had to.
Not before my Paveda, young man.
I think Paveda's more injured than
I think Paveda's he's injured himself picking one of the flares up down Trafalgar Square, I think. Oh, Davey,
But that'll come and boys, and then it's all gonna happen.
Oh,
We'll
magic.
deal with that. We'll be back.
Be an early set off for you
When you're
tomorrow.
live, is it? Did you say it was you're in the studio on Wednesday from 7 to 8?
Yeah, come and watch it. No
Aye.
problems, Tom.
I will, mate.
Can't wait.
Listen to it on the radio.
Yeah, it's on the radio.
All right.
Brilliant.
Can I ask one thing,
Taking a note of that.
Davey? How's the ducks? How's the ducks and the dogs?
So they're still going. Still going. We're doing well. Yeah, the ducks is doing well. They're doing all right.
There'll be a few ducks going in Gas Mark 5 if they win on tomorrow night, will there? Tomorrow?
Can't wait this match, Cabbie, can you?
You what, Davey, mate?
Can't wait for this match. This is what football's all about, isn't it?
Oh, this is what we love. This is what we love about the club, innit? Got some more messages coming in. Davey takes over everywhere he goes, says Colin Major. John 73 says, stay positive, Davey. 1973 all over. John Nesbitt says, Davey, no running on the pitch if we score and we win. Tricia says, Kevin Ware, Archie Conroy will be at Wembley with his mum, and that is the ball boy, Archie Conroy. Tricia says, don't make Davey swear, Richie. I will have to ban him, and that's not happening. Paul Stratton, the Coventry fan, says, Davey, good luck to you. He says, Ballard scoring against us becomes totally irrelevant. He says, good luck, and he says, best wishes tomorrow. And that's Paul Stratton, the Coventry fan. Davey, the streaker tomorrow, says Dougie.
Right. We'll be in the good angle.
And Lex Cameron says, a quick look at the initial 2025-26 alphabetical Premier League lineup tomorrow. He says, Nottingham, Sunderland, Tottenham. It's hard to believe this time tomorrow we could be a Premier League team. It's crazy.
There's a 50-50 chance of it.
Absolutely. Right, well, we will end the show there. Dave, it's been amazing to see you.
And the score prediction tomorrow, it's going to be a very tight game, but I think we can do it 2-1.
Who do you fancy to score, Davey?
So come in here. Come in here.
2-1 to Sunderland. All right, yeah.
Hello, Pet.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Richie. 1-0 to Sunderland.
Yeah.
Oh, little Sunderland. Magic.
2-0 to Sunderland.
Hello to Jill, our a friend of the channel, Newcastle fan. Jill says, night, everybody. Stu, good luck tomorrow. Thank you very, very much. Ziggy Marlon says, walking through London, a jet black cat has just crossed my path. He says, it is happening. Who do you fancy to score tomorrow, Davey?
Let's have a little think tomorrow. Let's have a think. Well, I think Homemate will have one.
Uh-huh.
Mayenda will score, and Job.
Job and Mayenda.
He fancies Job to score. I'll take that one, like. Christ almighty, will I? Kev, what you going for?
I went for Mundell and Lafayette, didn't I, on Monday? Yeah. 1 goal in each half.
There you go.
Richie?
Richie?
I'm down 2-1 as well. I'm going to go with my end. I think Mundell will get one tomorrow. Like, it's 2-1.
I'm going to go for 0-0.
Yep.
Penalty shootout.
That'll be... That's up with the 0-0s, man.
Probably being positive.
Got to keep the tradition with the show, Davey. Oh my God's sake! I mean, if we turn up, Mundell's starting. I'm gonna go 3-0 up at half time. So, hey.
Cabbie.
Who's going to score tomorrow, you reckon? Right. I'm gonna be stupid and say a 3-0 Sunderland. I mean, just sounds mad as it is.
In football, anything.
Do I fancy Ballard again? I don't know. I reckon Mundell might make an appearance tomorrow and bang a goal in. I think Isidore and Meander will thrive in this game tomorrow. So I think Isidore and Meander, because I thought Meander was man of the match, and he was man of the match when we played Sheffield United at the Stadium in up here.
It's still a good game this year, Isidore.
Richie, did you give your prediction?
Oh, yeah, I'll give you.
You give you. I was just
2-1.
You've gone for 2-1.
Aye.
Aye.
I'm
Well,
looking for the match, Richie.
Oh, we are excited, Davey. I just think I think it's our time, mate. I think it's our time now. And I've felt it since the start of the playoffs, but I'm excited. So I'm going to keep Cabbie company tomorrow.
Is that after the playoffs when he told me we weren't manager?
You what?
Is that after the playoff like you said we wouldn't manage to beat Coventry?
Aye, I did. I was all doom and gloom, Davey. I was annoyed at everything.
Davey, did you see my goal? Did you see my goal celebration when we played Coventry when we scored in the 100 and whatever minute it was? I totally ruined it for Richie, didn't I?
Aye, you did. Aye. Number one rule on this channel is no spoilers on the channel. So what does Cabbie do? He's behind that curtain. And I'm like, who scored? Who's done it then?
Right, we'll end.
Back home, we'll get back for the match in an hour's time.
Aye, absolutely.
Not in an hour's time. It'll be in an hour's time.
Aye.
Listen,
Hey, Davey, it's been mint seeing you. Like,
aye, great mate.
mint seeing you tonight. Like, I really hope you enjoy yourself tomorrow.
It's going to happen, isn't it? Thank everybody for the support of the family and everybody helping. I'll never, ever, ever forget this for the rest of my life. What you have all done for me.
Oh, you're welcome.
Hasn't finished yet, Davey, mate. It hasn't even started yet, mate. Honestly. So.
I need you to support everything because he's a great people.
Aye, great people like to help great people. It's as simple as that. Right. So we'll end this. We'll end the stream there, and you guys need to have an early night.
Great night.
So get your jammies on, get your Horlicks made.
I can't wait. Okay, boys, I'll see you soon. Take care, all of you.
God bless everyone. Thank you. Take it easy. Thanks very much, everybody. Ta-ra. See you later. Ta-ra. There we go. Thanks, sorry I've not got to everybody's replies in the chat. It's been such a busy one. As you can all say, how great is it to see Davey? So thanks, everybody. Ballard wins at 1-0 against us, Paul. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. And love yous all. And how are the lads for tomorrow? Take it easy.